Speaker, tens of thousands are to be made work-ready and work-prepared for an economy that is not work-creative. That's simply what's going on in this country. But I want to talk about the form of democracy we have where the Prime Minister in this country slides away from his responsibilities for his ministers. And again, he did it today. You see, he spends, by my observation, in the last 2 years, less than 3 hours a week being responsible for democracy in this country. Last 2 years, 2010, no questions asked of the Prime Minister on a Thursday. 2010, no questions asked of the Prime Minister on a Thursday, which suggests he's not even here. Doesn't bother to come to the House. And in fact, if he was on an Indian reservation, he would get a name like Don't Come Thursday. Mr. Don't Come Thursday, no show John, on a Thursday in a democracy. And that's why we've got today these assets being sold that the people all own, and have built up even
Order, point of order, the Honourable Anne Tully.
Speaker, it's my understanding that there is a very explicit standing order that forbids members commenting on the absence of any member from the House.
The member should be sorry. I failed to observe he had not resumed his seat during a point of order. The Honourable Anne Tully, is quite correct, but I listened carefully to the Right Honourable Winston Peters, and he wasn't referring to the absence of a member from the House right now. He was commenting on the attendance of members historically. Now, it's a fine line. I may seek a little guidance on it for the future, but I chose not to interrupt today, and I'd ask the member maybe to avoid any further reference to any absence of members from the House in the rest of his speech. The Right Honourable Winston Peters.
Mr. Speaker, we need to get more cameras here in this place, because then some people would stay for more photo opportunities on a Thursday. I'm trying to be creative here. We need more cameras so that the man can stay for another photo opportunity. Mr. Speaker, we know from the best assessment given by government officials that these assets on the hook are on at a median 49% at about $7.6 billion. And yet we've got a Minister of Finance and a Prime Minister go around telling the country that it's somewhere between 5 and 7 billion. Now, say they get, as Mr. English said, their best guess, 6 billion. That's a 20% rebate and discount, and guess who it'll go to? Not the ordinary New Zealander, not the mum and dad investor, not the people who built this asset up. No, it'll go to their mates. Their mates. That's the way they believe in democracy. Oh, I know. Look, Mr. Henner, I can say this. There are a stack of members here who've got exactly 2 3/4 years to go from this House, and go they will, because of these sorts of policies. And if I was in that caucus, I would be telling them, draw back from this stupidity, because it'll cost us plenty come election time. But they're going to press on, regardless of all the valuations by, for example, the Crown Monitoring Unit, which is a unit that has got together a range of valuations. Solid Energy, 2.23 is the 49%. Transpower, 1.53. Mighty River, 3.63. Genesis, 1.63. Meridian, 6.5. That's 15.52 billion, of which 49% is 7.6 billion. So what does Mr. Key say? Well, he'll settle for 5 billion so that his mates can get the rest. And you will know what happens the next day. Oh, yes, this is what a junk bond dealer from Merrill Lynch would do. They would not look at the national interest. Oh, no. Just do the deal for their mates. And those people who shuffle paper and who have an unadulterated devotion to a thing called greed. This is a government not for ordinary people. This government is not a government for the New Zealand people. It is a government for the elite, those overmighty rich and subjects that so diligently back the National Party. It is not the majority interest they're interested in, just that of their mates. Oh, don't worry about Grey Power. Grey Power is starting a petition, and they'll be out in their hundreds of thousands to try and make sure that the recalcitrant wayward member from Wanganui exits this place, as he should. As he should. It's a scandal. You know, last year there was Bill English travelling around Asia, telling all the people over there that the country's for sale, but he never told the people back here that it's for sale at a massive discount. Did he? And then he says, it's not even my best guess, it's just a guess. And the Prime Minister then tries to quantify that, and when he's asked in the House, what does he do? He flicks the question to someone else. He ducks it. Well, you can guarantee every question from now on will be, does the Prime Minister have confidence and so on? So we'll see what happens then, because you won't be able to pull that stunt in the future. Mr. Speaker, selling highly profitable state assets is foolish and short-term. It's even worse for National to flog them off, as I say, to their mates. And how many times has Mr. Key, since he became Prime Minister, spent at Macquarie Bank? I'd like to know. And I asked one of those backbenchers over there to find out. How many times has he been at Macquarie Bank?
Sam Lord Tuyinga.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.